Y'all, it's your boy Easy, and on today's episode of Easy Opens, we're going to be taking a look at the Jada Toys DJ Street Fighter figure. Yeah, all those words. DJ made his first appearance in Super Street Fighter II, The New Challengers from 1994. His birth date is October 31st, 1965. He's from Jamaica. His fighting styles are kickboxing and breakdancing. His likes are shouting, singing, dancing, hollering, and beautiful women. His dislikes are silence, harsh people, and people who lack rhythm. His skills are bamboo dancing, and his alignment is good. At least all according to the Street Fighter wiki. This box art is really cool. It looks like the old arcade cabinet, and that's awesome, but we're not here to talk about that, so let's get this figure free from its plastic prison and see what we think about DJ. Fresh out the box, I am a huge fan of this figure and this line in general. Every figure I've got from them, I've absolutely loved. You can just feel the solid quality in these figures. They feel like better than Marvel Legends, if that makes sense. There's just something about the plastic and the sturdiness of them that just kind of makes you feel like you spent an appropriate amount of money on these figures, if that makes any sense. Jada Toys has once again just nailed the sculpt and the likeness and the paint and everything on this figure, and I am so happy to have this figure in my hands because I was a huge fan of the Soda line and very disappointed that we did not get DJ, and he was a glaring hole in that collection for so long, and now to finally have that hole being filled is just, and not only that, but by such an excellent representation of this figure. I mean, I'm just very, very pleased with this. I love the way that the pants on these Jada figures feel like a different material. It takes the figure to another level of, like, I don't know, action figure experience. I don't know, that just sounds weird to say. So it's not soft goods at all. It's still plastic and everything. However, the feel of it makes it kind of feel some sort of like mixed media way. There's just something about that, like just even though it's not, it feels and kind of looks that way given the way that there are little indentations on it to give it a cloth look. But I don't know. I'm just very happy with the way that they're making these figures and the way they feel and the way they look. So yeah, the paint is great and the feel is great. And so yeah, I'm very happy with what we got here with DJ. They also nailed his likeness. I think that they're extremely good at getting the face sculpts just right, and I think they nailed it with DJ as well. Again, I can't talk highly enough, but I'm going to continue for about another, 8 minutes, so bear with me. And the braids are cool. I'm a little nervous that they're going to break off. I mean, they're in there and they're pretty sturdy, but I'm still a little nervous because it's just like one little point of attachment that could very easily just get turned one way and then all of a sudden it's gone. But at the same time, that also is a pretty easy fix considering it's the back of the figure, so you don't have to worry about it looking weird how it attaches. But nevertheless, that's just something I'm noticing here, holding the figure first time in my hands. So DJ comes with 2 heads, 4 hands, and what I believe to be an air slasher effect and a stand for the air slasher effect. All right, let's take a look at the articulation you're going to get out of DJ. So starting at the head, you have 360 at the neck. The hair braid does it turn? It does not. It's pretty stuck there. At least mine is. You might be able to do it. I don't really want to risk it and break it, but it doesn't feel like it's easily moving. So there's that. But it doesn't really impede articulation too much, but he's got all kinds of wiggle room side to side, up and down. He can look up a decent amount. He can look down quite a bit. Like that's quite a bit. And so, yeah, lots of motion there in the neck and head area. He does have the joint in the neck where it connects to the chest, which gives you a little bit more wiggle room there in that area. Moving on to the arms, he has the butterfly joint right there, which I love, and so gives him a huge range of motion right there. You got 360 at the shoulder. You also got up and down hinge in the shoulder as well. You got 360 at the bicep. You got double jointed elbows, which is really neat, but be careful because I don't know if you can see on mine in this angle, but a lot of the paint was kind of stuck there. So be careful when you're messing with these. You might want to just go ahead and have a blow dryer ready, or however you loosen joints. I had to use the blow dryer and it helped tremendously, but it's a thing because it's funny because right now the way I'm holding this figure's cooled off and everything, and he feels a lot more sturdy. But once you get the blow dryer on him, it feels very rubbery. So just be prepared if that's what you got to do. And it goes back and it's fine, but you might need to do that to loosen some of these joints so you don't break them. But anyway, moving on, you have the wrist articulation, which is 360, and then you also have a joint there as well. So plenty of motion there. Moving on to the chest, he does have an ab crunch. He can go back quite a distance. He can go forward pretty good too. You can't really get side to side too much in the chest area. I mean, you can do it like side to side. I don't know, but you can't turn it really the way it is. You can't like have him turn there. But you can have him turn at the waist, which I do believe is 360. Like I said, mine are really tight, so I'm trying not to risk breaking them, but I do believe that is possible. Really awesome range, very much like Cammy's, just an awesome split right there. And he has the joint in the leg, in the upper thigh crotch area, where he's got all kinds of motion. Forward to back and then out there, which is fantastic. He's got the 360 thigh cut right there, and then he's got double jointed knees, which again, my left knee was very stuck, so just be mindful of that. Also, he has a ankle twist, or not twist, but an ankle cut, I guess, where you can twist it like this, and then he also has a joint with the rocker in it, and mine feels a little like it could snap, so just be careful with that with your figures. It might be different, but that is something that I did notice. And yeah, if I'm not mistaken, that is all the articulation that you're going to get out of DJ. So again, according to the Street Fighter wiki, DJ stands at 6 foot tall and weighs around 203 pounds. This figure stands around 6¼ inches tall and weighs a little over 4 ounces. So let's see how he measures up to some other figures you might have in your collection. Here he is with the NECA Mirage Comics Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Baxter Stockman and the knockoff NECA colored bandana Mirage Comics Raphael figure. Here he is with the NECA 1987 animated series Leonardo and the NECA Return to New York Michelangelo. Here he is with Hasbro's Star Wars Black Darth Vader and Figma's Samus. Here he is with Jada Toys Iceman and NECA's Alf. Here he is with the Masterverse Skeletor and SH Figuarts Kamen Rider X-Aid. Here he is with Hasbro's Marvel Legends Cyclops and Storm Collectibles Sub-Zero. Here he is with Soda Toys Balrog and Guile. Here he is with SH Figuarts Ryu and M. Bison. Here he is with Jada Toys Ken Masters and Fei Long. And here he is with Marvel Selects Juggernaut and Hulk. So I've been a fan of Street Fighter since Street Fighter 2, like most people. And I absolutely enjoyed that game. And then my 10-year-old mind was blown when Super Street Fighter 2 came out. And we got 4 brand new characters, and they were diverse, and they had different fighting styles and different ethnicities, and just looked vastly different than a lot of the roster that we already had. I played that game so much, and so once I finally had my own money and was buying adult action figures, that sounds weird. Once I had my own money and was buying adult collectibles, Soda put out their line, and I absolutely loved it. And I was buying all of them and just so excited to have a complete collection of it. And then the line ended, and the most glaring gap in that collection was that they didn't give us a DJ figure. And that irked me for years and years, to this day, literally to this day. I'm still kind of mad about it, to be honest with you. And so anytime talk of a Street Fighter line was coming up, I was like, all right, please make DJ like early on. Like get DJ out as soon as possible, because if the line falters, we can still fudge a couple of different things and make some things work, but then we've got this character. We've got one. Because up until that point, a lot of the other characters had been made previously, and so we had options. But DJ, there wasn't one. So when I saw that Jada got the license, putting this thing out, and then they were going to do DJ, relatively early on in this line, just utter excitement, just jubilation was just pouring out of me. And I know that sounds hyperbolic, but there was just something about that line missing that character that just, I don't know, it just amplified my desire for him, if you know what I'm saying. And so having said all that, I'm so excited to finally have this hole filled in my collection. And Jada Toys has once again just completely nailed it. The likeness is flawless, and the facial expressions are just so lively and wonderful. I love it so much. The figure not only, again, looks great, but he feels great, and he's fun to pose. Granted, mine have a lot of really stiff joints even after heating them up, but that's better than loose joints, and it's better than broken joints. So, I mean, you take the good, you take the slightly inconvenient, I guess. Still, nevertheless, a ton of fun to pose, a ton of fun to play with, and he just looks like so cool on the shelf with the rest of these Street Fighter figures. His air slasher effect is really nice. I'm a sucker for translucent plastic, and the fact that it comes with a stand is always really cool, so that's nice. So while I was taking these photos, I noticed that like I was kind of wanting a little bit more from him, and it was something in the line of an effect piece that could probably be a hand attachment that looked like his move where he does the thing that's kind of similar to E Honda's 1,000 hand slap, except it's just all his uppercut punches. And then that got me thinking that if Jada's listening, like it'd be really cool to put out a pack of like those kind of moves, like those types of multi-fisted attacks or kick attacks. Like that might be kind of cool. Or adding that to another just general effect pack that you could buy as an accessory pack. I don't know. I would probably buy one because, like I said, as I was taking these photos, I was like, it'd be really neat to have that. And so there's that. But really, that's just wishful thinking. I mean, that's just something that can make the figure that's already really good just even better. Regardless of not having that, the fists that we do have are really good. I like his two fists, and then I absolutely love the fact that we get a thumbs up and the legendary thumbs up / pointer hand, aka finger gun hand. I mean, those are two excellent hands to get with an action figure, regardless of the character. Like, just in my opinion, hands down. The only thing that would have made these accessories better would be if we got them for both hands. I did find that like I set up my shot to where I had the thumbs up, but the lighting was hitting a different way, and the pose wasn't right, so I had to readjust it. It would have been neat to have left and right versions of all the hands that we received. But minor nitpick here, you know what I'm saying? Other than that, he's a ton of fun to pose and play with, especially once I realized that his hairpiece can rotate. I think I missed it in the articulation section because I had the grinning head where his hair is kind of draped on his shoulder, and it looks like that does twist, but like it's just like a plug that goes in. But mine is extremely tight, and I'm a little scared to twist it off, so I haven't messed with that. But the open mouth head, it moved a lot more fluidly, so that's when I discovered it. And I can't really, it's hard to explain how much that adds to a figure's posing possibilities, because I had a shot of him in the air doing something, and I'm like, man, his hair would probably, be up in the air because he's jumping up or falling down or whatever. And just having that slight little bit of hair moving up just added a dynamic to the shot that, I don't know, it just felt right and good. And it's one of those little things in action figure articulation that is an oversight often, but like when they think about it and they implement it, it just adds a ton to the playability and posability of the figure, and I absolutely love that. He looks fantastic with the rest of the Jada line, but he also works really well with most of the Soda figures and some of the SH Figure Arts figures as well that all the ones I tried, he worked really well with them. So your mileage may vary, but I think he goes really well with pretty much both of those lines. And then he also looks really good with Marvel Legends figures too. So there's that. Overall, I love this figure. I think he's a fantastic addition to the line and looks incredible. He's a lot of fun and so expressive that, like, I don't know, I don't think anyone would be disappointed picking this up regardless of, like, anything really. So if you're collecting this line, or really any Street Fighter line, you definitely need to get this figure. No questions. Like, take it from a longtime Street Fighter action figure collector. You need to get this figure. If you're on the fence about it, you're gonna have a hole in your collection if you wait or whatever. Just get this figure. The others will get made over and over again. DJ, not so much for some reason, which is dumb, but still, don't take any chances. Also, if you have a shelf dedicated to figures with letters shaved in their hair, then he'll work there. If you have a shelf dedicated to figures with words on their pants, then he'll absolutely fit in there. Or if you have a shelf dedicated to DJ action figures, either in name or occupation, then I don't think you'll be disappointed fitting this version of DJ in the mix. All right, well, that's going to do it for me today. Thanks so much for watching. If you liked what you saw, hit the like button. If you want to see more from me, hit subscribe and let me know in the comments really anything you want to let me know about DJ. Did I get anything loud and wrong? Are you excited about this figure? What's your most wanted Street Fighter figure? Let me know. And until then, else time.